everyone? Welcome to Rob's house. It's a bit of a gloomy day here in Eastern Tennessee. We got some overcast skies going on, and it unfortunately rained before and is gonna rain the rest of the day, but we're not doing anything car related today. If you guys have noticed in some of my videos in the background or off to the side, I actually have a motorcycle. It's right here. I haven't really showed it on the channel except for it being in the background. It is a 2003 Suzuki Hayabusa. Well, I should say I had a motorcycle because by the time you guys are watching this video, I've already sold this bike. So today's a bit of a bittersweet day. I just kind of wanted to put the bike on the channel, the one video that it's gonna get, and kind of show you guys this motorcycle. I don't really ride it anymore, which is why I'm selling it. That's why it's always tucked in this corner. But we've got a lot of custom stuff done to it. It's got, obviously, as you can see, some chrome gauge cluster, chrome triple tree, chrome fork caps. It's got the aftermarket grips and levers. The paint is actually custom. It's black, but it has a lot of metallic flake in it, so in the sunlight it sparkles a lot and stuff. It's got some custom wheels from All Things Chrome. It's got an Elite Custom Machine 16 over stock. So what that means is that it is extended 16 inches longer than a stock swing arm would be. This was made by Elite Custom Machine, and it's got a 300 tire on it, fat tire kit. I don't know if anyone who follows me is into bikes, but this was my bike. I've owned this bike for about 7 years now. You can see in here it runs 2 chains because of the really huge back tire. Got the Hayabusa logo cut out in the seat cowl here. I got everything over here for the guy who's gonna buy it. Got him an extra rotor, got the back seat for him. The seat cowl, obviously, like most motorcycles, or most sport bikes at least, comes off and you can put the passenger seat there. Yeah, so it's kind of a bittersweet day. I really like this bike, but I just don't ride anymore. So it's time to find a new home. It's taken up a bunch of room in my garage, so it'll be nice to not have to essentially reach over the bike or move it or whatever whenever I need anything off my shelves and stuff. And I figured with the proceeds that we get from the bike, we'll do some more stuff to the Corvette and maybe to the Mustang. So I got a couple of ideas planned for the cars. Thinking about doing a phase 2 supercharger upgrade on the Mustang, which basically just involves an underdrive pulley, fuel pump booster, and a different set of spark plugs, I think, is what's in the phase 2 kit. It's pretty basic, but it bumps it up from, they say, 670 crank horsepower to 727, so I don't know. Maybe do that, see if that makes a big difference. I'm also trying to find a set of 2018 up tail lights for the Mustang, because the newer S550, I like the older front end, the 2015 to 2017 front end, a lot better than the new cars. The new cars, the front kind of slopes down a little bit more. I'm not really a huge fan of it, but the new ones have like these angled sequential tail lights, and it's still an S550, so it fits into the same housing, and I really like how those look. So it would be pretty cool to have that on the Mustang. So I'm searching for a pair of those. I do want to get a carbon dash for the Corvette because it doesn't have enough carbon on it already. Yes, I'm being somewhat sarcastic there. It has a lot of carbon on it. But actually on the inside, the one option this car didn't have from the factory is the carbon dash. So I think that'll just kind of spice the interior up a little bit. So I do want to do that. Eventually, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this soon, but eventually I would like to do a cam and some flex fuel on maybe a different heat exchanger and an expansion tank on this car. Keep the temps down and give us some more power. And then who knows, if we really want to get crazy, we can put a bigger blower on it too, and a port injection kit, and go for some big power. So I haven't really decided yet on like exactly what I want to do. I will give you guys a little bit of a spoiler alert. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I bought, but in about 2 or 3 weeks, my new wheels for the Corvette are coming in. I'm not gonna tell you which ones they are. You gotta stay tuned for that video. Give you a little bit of clickbait here for what's to come on the channel, but we're getting rid of these stock wheels. It's kind of the one thing that the Corvette is still missing. If you look at it kind of from this angle, from over here, you could see like how tucked in the rear wheel is. Also, these stock wheels are, I mean, I've heard mixed things. Some people seem to like them because people buy them, so I intend on selling these. But from what I've heard on the forums, it kind of depends on where you live. Where I live, I haven't had any problems with them, but from what I understand, they're not the strongest wheels and they are prone to cracking. So that just makes me nervous in general because I drive this car pretty hard. So I really don't want to crack a rim on, say, the Tail of the Dragon, where there's no cell phone service and there's barely, you know, I mean, there's pull-offs, but like, how am I supposed to get the car home? Then you got to get a tow truck down there and it's a huge mess. So ideally we want to avoid that. So that was like part of the motivation for getting new wheels, aside from the fact that they'll obviously look cooler and I can get different offsets and stuff and kind of stance the car how I want. So anyway, that's coming soon. But yeah, so as for today, we got the Busa, we got it hooked up to the battery tender. Make sure that the battery was, when you're storing a motorcycle, the two things they tell you to do is put fuel stabilizer in it and put it on a battery tender. These batteries are pretty small and they die pretty quickly. You know, if you don't put it on a battery tender in, it could be as early as a month, but usually by like the 2 or 3 month mark, it won't even start. So anyway, I got it all hooked, I had it all hooked up. So when the guy gets here today, load it on the trailer, we can start it up for him. Hopefully he's happy with it. He seems pretty excited about it. He said he's gonna do a full motor rebuild on this thing and give it even more power than it already has. So that actually sounds cool. It sounds like it'll be in good hands. But I'm gonna miss her. So anyway, saying bye to the Busa today. Like I said, I've owned this bike for 7 years. It was a lot of fun. I rode it a lot when I was in grad school. I used to commute to and from school on it whenever the weather was nice. I just don't really ride it anymore. I also don't commute anymore. Through this whole COVID thing, I've been working from home. So I've barely even been driving my cars, aside from like the Tail of the Dragon videos that you guys have seen and stuff, or the occasional run to like the grocery store with the Mustang. But I really haven't been driving that much just in general. Most of my driving has been recreational. I'm just always itching to drive the Vet or something on the weekend. So I was just like, the bike's just getting no love. And like I said, we can put that money toward other things and I won't have to pay for insurance anymore. And you know, I'll come back when we load it on the trailer. Got her all loaded up. Oh yeah, that's tight. Oh yeah. 8-foot trailer, it fits. There you go. Done. Let's go to Nashville. All right guys, so on our way to Nashville, I just wanted to show you guys how the ceramic coating is behaving since we're dealing with some rain here. Hopefully you can see the rain just sort of beating off the hood of the car. It's pretty cool how it works. It's been holding up really well. So just real quick, wanted to show you guys the coating in action in the Mustang. All right guys, well the deed is done. I was gonna give you guys an update on the way back. So we loaded the bike in the trailer as you guys saw, and then we had to actually drive to Nashville because the bank needed to notarize my signature when signing over the title because the buyer lives in a different state than me. He lives in Kentucky. So I was gonna give you guys an update when I was on my way home, but unfortunately it was downpouring pretty much my entire way home, so there was a ton of background noise and stuff, and it was really dark, so I could, you know, whatever. So I didn't feel like doing it then, so it's the next morning now, and sad face, my garage looks kind of empty because there's not a motorcycle there anymore, but that's all right. I'm actually happy that it went to the person that it went to. He's a subscriber on the channel now, so shout out. I won't reveal your personal information. But really happy that the bike's in his hands. He said it's gonna get a full motor rebuild. He's got some plans for it. So I'm glad that it's in good hands. I'm glad that it'll make someone else happy. I hope it treats him as well as it treated me. Like I said, I owned the bike for 7 years and it was awesome. So, you know, I had a ton of fun with it, but just time to move on now. I got these things now, and like I said, whenever it's a nice weekend day, I'm always itching to take the Corvette out. So I almost never hop on the bike anymore. So I figured, like, why keep this thing that's taking up a whole bunch of space in my garage when, you know, I can put the time, effort, and money into other things. So this video is just a little farewell to my bike. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, this video was more for me, so enjoy the slideshow, and I'll see you guys next time.
I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh.